Hello, this is Crypto Neptune, and in today's video, we want to do a kind of a rating system today and give like an honest review on Zebec Network. So you don't want to miss this video. Remember, nothing I say is financial advice, only use risk capital, and thank you to those who continue to support the channel. So on the day, we are down just a little bit, but we're sitting at 0.0046 and some change and sitting at a $410 million market cap with 20.8 million in trading volume. So the volume has been kind of fluctuating a little bit, and we hope over the coming weeks start to see that volume trickle back up. So that's the kind of the expectation, and that's where a lot of people are thinking the market's going to go. And coupled with this strong community with Zebec Network, sky's the limit. And if we look over here at community sentiment, is 89% bullish and 11% bearish. So for the most part, the majority of the community is feeling pretty good from a sentiment perspective. That's what we like to see with a project, because the lifeblood of a project is the sentiment. And I wanted to look at a quick tweet here before we get into our honest review. And it was a great tweet here by Alpha Lion. And in this tweet, he basically writes, Zebec Network, ZBCN, isn't just building, it's architecting the rails for the next era of programmable money. Most can't even picture what's coming, but when it lands, they'll wish they were early. Yeah, so this is true. Programmable money and kind of upgraded payment rails on Web3. So yeah, potential pro sports integrations. Think payroll or sponsorships on a whole new stage. That is, we don't know the full details about that, but that seems like that's a possibility because of the recent announcement. Major fintech pipelines, partnerships that put ZBCN rails in front of millions. And again, these things seem like they're in the pipeline. Institutional grade compliance paving the way for bank level adoption. And they had the whole partnership with GateKnox to kind of get them up to speed with compliance and regulatory requirements. So yeah, I definitely see this. Real world flows, tokenization, and streaming real world assets like salaries and contracts and more. Yeah, so we're putting all Web 2 payroll, salaries, contracts, and moving at the Web 3. So that is definitely a nice added utility. Insta global payroll. So cross border, real time, no middleman. Prepare now, because when it's time to move, emotions are the fastest way to miss the wave. Stay sharp, stay ahead. Yeah, so great tweet there by Alpha Lion. And a lot of this, again, it kind of ties into my honest review. So I wanted to kind of read this off, but there's a lot to look forward to with this project. And if we go over here to my honest review, so I created an honest review as far as my thoughts on where we are with Zebec Network. And as far as an overview, product, purpose, and vision. And this is kind of a rating system. And it's instant payroll. We know that with Zebec Network, it's instant payroll. I gave it a 10 because it fits a need. We are essentially doing something to help the everyday person, allowing them to get paid by the second. And also, we are helping payroll companies move from Web 2 to Web 3 and have everything on the blockchain. And who doesn't want to be paid faster? So, this is a definite win for the everyday person. And payroll on a blockchain, it saves on cost too. So, that's something to think about. But yeah, the whole project purpose and vision is plain as day. So I gave them a 10 rating for that. Tokenomics, I gave them an 8. Roughly 88% of the supply is out. I think the supply is like at 88 billion, I want to say. That is the supply. And here, let me go back and check here. What are we at? Yeah, circulating supply is 88 billion. So I gave us an 8. And once all those tokens are in circulation, which will be pretty soon here, then we can move that number back up. But am I at all worried about the other 12% of the supply? No, I'm not, because the prices kind of stayed kind of consistent. There hasn't been any like really huge sell off, so I'm not concerned about that. But for now, I'm giving us an 8 for tokenomics. And well, I guess we probably could have factored in the buybacks, but again, I'm going to leave it at an 8 until we start hearing more details about the buybacks. I would like to see more updates as far as those buybacks, because I haven't seen one. And correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't seen one here recently, but I like to have more frequent, consistent updates on a monthly basis for those buyback and burns. And then for technology, but again, that is an added bonus having those buyback and burns. Technology and blockchain features, speed, and security. Yeah, we're on Solana. It's faster, it's cheaper. So I gave us a 9. So definitely pleased with that. And that's a strong 9. Use cases, partnerships, and adoption. So we have the Uphold partnership where they're going to use some of Zebec Network's payrolls. And they also had the different campaigns with the airdrops for ZBCN and XRP holders. So that's kind of a win-win. It's been kind of a win-win partnership altogether. And then Gatenox, essentially getting us up to speed as far as compliance, as far as regulation. So this is a smart partnership. And then the science card, I love this partnership because it fits a need as far as giving the science cards for research purposes, for everyday uses at universities. And I would like to see that expand even more. So I'm excited about that. So I gave us a 9 there. I mean, there's been a ton of partnerships. We also had a lot of the different other crypto communities also have the Zebec debit card. So we got to keep that in mind. So it gives us a 9 now. And if we get more wins of potential rumor partnerships, that can definitely be bumped up to a 10. Again, just my personal thoughts. Feel free to comment below any ratings you feel far as with ZBCN. And then the roadmap, future milestones. DPIN, I would definitely love to hear more about DPIN and the point of sale devices and where those are in the different stores. But again, the future is bright by having that there. And then MiCA, we're still working towards getting that MiCA regulation, getting all that straightened out. But once all that's straightened out, sky's the limit. And then the rumor, again, this is the rumor of potentially partnering with the NHL and NBA. What does that look like? Is it just logos on the hockey ice or logos on the NBA court? Or is it signage around the NHL arena or NBA arena? Is it payroll? Can we use our ZBCN or our Zebec Network debit card at these sporting events? So those are questions that we need answered. But if this becomes a reality, then that's definitely a 10, because now you are going into uncharted territory and you're speeding up kind of the adoption process of ZBCN. So we'll see what happens there. Community and hype. So definitely bullish sentiment. Like I mentioned before, I gave us a 9, and that's solely based on kind of this information here. I gave us a 9. The community is pretty engaged. They're engaged with different tweets, retweets, YouTube videos, you name it. They're pretty engaged. It's a bullish community. I feel like once we get to over that 100K threshold for our holders, then that's when everything just going to just kind of be like a blow off top. That's when the holders are going to continue to accelerate. Once we get to kind of that milestone, we can definitely bump that up to a 10. Again, just my personal opinion. Market data. So price, market cap, volume. So still room to run. Been kind of up and down. At our height, we were well over 100 million in 24-hour trading volume. I would like to see consistent volume around that mark and way up. So definitely room there for room to grow. So I gave us a 7. With the price, we've been kind of stagnant around that 0.005 mark, which isn't bad. Once we bust through 1 cent, and then once we get kind of to that 10 cent mark, then that's when we're talking about bumping these ratings up, because the short term goal is getting to that 1 cent. Then that's when the FOMO is going to kick in, and everybody's want to be a part of what ZBCN is trying to achieve. But yeah, definitely room to run. Now again, 20 million in trading volume to 30 million in trading volume is nothing to sneeze at, because most projects would love to have that. So let's keep that in mind. But yeah, I gave us a 7, which isn't bad. And then strengths, pros, competitive edge, the leadership team with Simon, and then the founder, Sam. We have a strong founder and we have a strong leader. They are always visible, and that's what I like with a leadership team. They're constantly in meetings, and definitely love to see that. And then first movers advantage is essentially, this is a niche of instant payroll. And again, I love the customizations of the debit cards, but it's a first movers advantage because they've already acquired, what is it, Paybridge, I believe. They've already acquired them, and there's a maybe potentially a rumored partnership with Cody Pay. It seems like they're going to be more of a kind of a partner, and that gives everybody kind of a piece of the pie, as far as with payroll. So this is definitely a niche that is needed, and it's a smart niche. So I gave us a 10 there, and then potential risk, slow adoption, and that's nothing really that ZBCN can control, because we have everything as far as like the upgrades as far as Web3, but it's just a matter of the other clients and the other people that are asleep at the wheel, the other companies that they know that blockchain and crypto is here, and they're still just sitting there not moving. So it's just a matter of how fast can the floodgates open for everybody want to move to instant payroll. And again, with ZBCN, they have aligned themselves quite well with Cody Pay, Paybridge, and other payroll providers. But again, what what is going to be kind of that adoption? What is that going to look like? And everything that I know, that we are in a pro crypto environment, so we are definitely heading in the right direction. And also going and look here. Yeah, and then for the final rating, so again, solid project with ZBCN, as we kind of went through overall, what are we looking at far as an honest crypto review, which I wanted to kind of put this into our rating system. And if we look here, I gave us a 8.66. That's kind of where it averaged out. That's a strong number, almost a 9. So we are definitely headed in the right direction, and I anticipate more fireworks for ZBCN as we move towards the back half of the year, rolling into 2026. And one other thing before we sign off here, there was a update, because it looks like there's going to be another meeting or another potential conference. Yeah, so it looks like there's going to be Simon's going to be speaking at Cambridge University. So this is going to be a great thing for some visibility for Zebec Network. It's on September 5th, 2025. Not sure if this is going to be streamed, or let's see. So you can read the official announcement from here. So you can go to LinkedIn. So maybe it'll be streamed. Looks like you can register for tickets to be a part of it. This is in the UK, looks like. But yeah, Cambridge University, again, more visibility for ZBCN. And again, this is what I like about the leadership team. They are constantly networking, being at the right place at the right time. And again, could this be potential for another partnership with a university? Because they've done it before with like the science card. So just something to kind of keep in mind, as this could be, there could be more to the story, but again, we don't know, just pure speculation. So I want to thank you for listening to this video, and thanks for stopping by.